New age of agriculture. We have gone home at night and asked, what am I going to make for supper? How many times has your food answered back to you? Hopefully, none of you have answered yes. However, a lot of food advocacy groups would have you believe that genetically modified foods are turning our produce into Frankenbeans. Today I'm going to talk about why genetically modified seeds may be necessary to feed the world. Here are a preview of my main points. What are genetically modified foods? What are the safety of genetically modified foods, and what is the benefits of the foods produced from these seeds and plants? Main point 1, genetically modified foods are produced from grains that have been altered biogenetically to benefit the producer and the consumer. The current FDA policy was developed in 1992. Between 1997, gene-modified ingredients suddenly appeared in 2/3 of all the processed foods in the United States. There are currently 8 crops commercially available from GMO seeds in the United States. These consist of corn, alfalfa, squash, papaya, canola, and sugar beets, and cotton, and soybeans. The first commercially grown genetically modified crop was the tomato. In many of the research studies, they have virtually found it impossible to provide a complete list of genetically modified foods in the United States because there are not any laws that for genetic modified crops. Researchers estimates there is 30,000 different products on the grocery shelves that are modified. My main point 2 is what is the safety of genetically modified foods? One example is they have found allergies as a major concern with genetically modified foods because not all of the ingredients may be labeled in the packaged food. Another safety concern is no reliable testing ways have been genetically modified for allergies in foods. Unfortunately, there is no testing models that even exist. Monsanto Corporation, a leading developer in genetically modified seeds and plants, state, quote on their website, after 30 years, modified seeds have been reviewed and tested conventional crops, and that these seeds and plants have been compared more than any other crops in U.S. history of agriculture. Current food safety regulations from traditionally less stringent food crops are compared to those applied to genetically modified foods. Main point 3, the benefits of genetically modified foods are the seeds are produced, they produce more, and they are drought resistant. Why do farmers use GMOs? Farmers choose seeds based on what is from the market and on their farms and what is on demand and local governing environments. Farmers select GMOs to reduce yield loss of crop, damage from weeds, insects, as well as diseases, and from extreme weather conditions, such as drought. Genetically modified foods have the potential to solve many of the world's hunger and malnutrition problems and help to protect and preserve our environment by increasing yield and reducing reliance upon chemicals, pesticides, and herbicides. Many people feel that genetically engineering is the inevitable wave of the future and that we cannot afford to ignore a technology such as enormous with these benefits. In wrapping up my main points of genetically modified foods, their for safety and benefits of our existing foods are based on long-term experience and history of safe use, even though they may contain anti-nutritional toxic substances. Environmental activists, public interest groups, professional and associations and other scientists and government officials have raised concerns about GM foods and criticized agribusiness for pursuing profit without concern for potential hazards, and the government for failing to exercise adequate regulatory oversight. It seems that everyone has a strong opinion about genetically modified foods. Thesis: genetically modified seeds may be necessary to feed the world. My residual message is that genetically modified foods are in oversight might be needed to study any effects of all current studies, and that they show genetically modified crops are safe and are an effective way to increase production, lower cost, and also have a positive effect on all of the overall health of our population.